All right, so we're finally got all of our materials together and we're gonna show you how to mix everything. This is how the red dirt looks. We got the charcoal dirt. We have the bat guano. And if you look closely at the bat guano, come check this out. You'll see so much life in there. You see so much things moving around. Bunch of little bugs. All right, so that's microbiology in the soil already that we're gonna mix into our compost and our old soil that we emptied our pots from. This is bat guano, this is cow poop and horse poop. This is red dirt, that's charcoal. Now we're just gonna put layers of each thing on there and we're gonna add compost, which is this right here. 100% organic. This is just stable fruits, vegetable, organic matter, and topsoil. And this is just a normal organic compost that we're gonna mix with our spent soil, our older soil, and everything right here. Oh, and we got perlite. So we got a bag of perlite right here, which is just another rock. It's a very soft rock that helps with water drainage. So when you have that in there, the water drains through nice and gets down to the roots. All right, let's start mixing. I don't really measure equal amounts, but if you guys want to know a good soil mix to just have, you guys can go to your local plant store and get 1 bag of peat moss, 1 bag of compost, and 1 bag of cow manure, right? So we already have natural cow manure, bat guano, but those are 3 things very available. Oh, and a bag of perlite. Mix those equal parts, 1 bag of each, and you'll have a great soil mixture right there. I'm just going a little crazy with all these different things, but the more things available for your plants, the better it is. Alright, so yeah, just start spreading this. And then there's some plastic I see, any plastic that we see, let's just pick it up. Right? I know. You're gonna spread this over. Get that like. Use that and spread it out. Wherever Tolo got this red dirt from when we were up there. All right, so we're just gonna start layering it right now and then we're gonna mix it all together. We'll come back to you right after we do that. Look at you scraping the chop off. All right, so we're gonna add compost now. Also, we have some peat moss. I forgot to mention that earlier, which helps with soil retention, holding the water, because this is the moss from the side of the mountains. And they also have cocoa peat, so you can use the outside shell of a coconut, grind it up, and get the same kind of thing like this. You see how that is? It's fluffy. This holds moisture, so when you mix this up in your soil, you spread it out, and water gets down there, it holds the water for the roots. All right, so now we're adding the compost, mixing it in. Take out any plastic, take that plastic. So now that we have our bags of compost in here, we're gonna add some perlite. Where's the perlite at? This is just a rock finely chopped up, almost like what they call maul. After we spread this perlite in there, we're gonna add in the rest of our mix-up. You see, guys, we're adding the bat guano, the bat poop, and spreading it. Get another container.
Yo. Lawan niya yung
Right butt. Right butt. Adding the charcoal now while he's adding that.
Dito ba kayo sila? Hindi po 15 na 1. Nawala yan.
Yeah. Grab those other bags. Let's get those other bags. Danny and open. We're gonna add this in there too. Sorry. Yeah. Come on, yeah, come. Alright. So this is the final mix now, right? So we're at the end of, almost at the end of our mixing. We have our last bag of compost going in, and we're gonna mix all of this up. We actually left the cow poop out because I noticed when I put that in there, everything they eat grows in my garden, like purslane, which is not bad, that's great, you know? It's a great vegetable, great for salads, great for sauteing, devil's horsewhip, and all these different things that grow in there. But for the garden right now, we're gonna put it, a layer of it, in one of the garden beds, then fill it up with our mixture of soil. So we're gonna take that approach this time to have less foreign things growing. Not that we'll call them weeds, but try to control what we want in the garden. We're gonna start transplanting some of these into the big garden and also into some bigger cups so that they could last longer. So you're about to see us add it in there right now, fill up them cups and some of these beds right away.
Kami lang.
Yo, can you indicate how you do it? Like on 3.
What is it? 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Amen. Praise the Lord, brother.
Come inside them.
Over the
3.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah.
Come on, girl. 1, 2, 3.
Sige. Ipo pati mo.
Punta lang 2 near.
Ipo.
Alright guys, so that's it. Check it out. Soil is finally mixed and we could fill up some of our smaller pots and get ready to transplant. Alright? So I'm gonna just do one to show you guys, and at the same time we're gonna use this to top off our beds. So we're gonna fill the beds, this bed right here, with it. We're gonna put about 1 inch or 2 inches of soil right here, and then we're gonna transplant our kale right into that. Alright, so follow us along. What can I put in here that I really need to get out that's getting too big? My peppers. See? You see this pepper right here? It's starting to turn yellow. So it's eating up all the minerals in there and nutrients. So all you do is take your finger, pop, and then boom. You can see those nice healthy roots. So once you have this can go right into here. But I should water this first. Where's the water? Let that soak through. And now this plant will have more than enough space to grow. And what else we're gonna do? We're gonna add some Mycorrhizae Inoculant. This helps for root growth, and this is also organic and a natural additive that you can add in there. This is a Mycorrhizae fungi. All right, so you see the water goes through there nice and easy. So that means we have a nice soil mixture. It's not sitting at the top. It's not there too long. It drains real nice and easy. We're gonna transplant this right into there. So with this, you can use like a spoon. I have a cap with me right now. I'm gonna just use this. I'm gonna just get a little bit of this right here, this powder, and just sprinkle a little bit around. Each one that I transplant, that's gonna be the same thing. Go like this. You can see that's wet in there. Water went straight through. So with this, we want to bury this plant like up to this first leaf so it has a stronger growth. This looks like it's still wet, the soil. We're actually gonna sprinkle some more soil on top of this, because this looks a little muddy. There we go. Now this plant will grow up to be a nice, healthy pepper plant. And when it's big enough, we could transplant this into the bigger garden. So that's it. That's how you mix your soil. So we're gonna fill this up and show you how to do it in the bigger garden too. Follow us along for that. All right, so we have about 2 inches of fresh soil. And we're gonna plant right into this now. Now that we have that, we're gonna plant this out with our kale in here. But what we have to do first is we do square foot garden. So every square foot is where we will put a plant. So we're gonna measure it out and do that right now. You guys gotta know how to do this too. Kish, put it on that side. Every feet, I turn it over, that's it. All right, so this is 8 feet. So every feet, we're gonna make a line, all right? So this 1 foot right here. All right, 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet, 6, 7. All right, let's turn this around the tape now. So with this, you could also use cord and mark it and just leave the cord there. We're gonna do that on some other beds. Pull the end. So we have 1, 2, 3. All right. So this now will come straight across. So now in each of these squares is where a plant gets planted. Right? This right here is 1 plant. It's 2 plants. This right here, 3 and 4. So I'm gonna plant on a few so you guys can see that. And on the next episode, you guys should catch up and see how far they've grown. Here's our red Russian kale. Like I said, we multi-sowed, so there's multiple seeds in 1 pocket. This one has 1, 2. All right, so now we're gonna gently try to get this out. If you have a small poker that you can use, but be gentle with the roots. All right, so you see these roots are massive in there. All right, it's kind of root bound. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna separate these 2 plants gently. So we're gonna just go like this, boom. So now we have 2 kale plants that we could transplant. Oh, actually there's 3. There's a baby one right there. But for this one, we might just put in a bigger pot and let this get a little bit bigger. We're gonna sprinkle some of the inoculant on it. So when you have them like this, it's best to just get your tray, take them all out, spread them, spread your inoculant on it, and just go just like this. That's it. And you want to put them as deep as possible so that it could grow strong and stable. So that's it. This one could even went further in, more like this, but this will still grow strong. And then after you do that, you just add some water. Let that soak in. And there you have it. So we're gonna plant out this whole bed, and this will be red Russian kale and dinosaur kale. So we have the cucumber here. We're gonna transplant this too. Look at this. You know, good healthy roots right there. So this cucumber, we're gonna bring it over here. All right, I've seen a lot of people do this for when they plant their cucumbers. They dig deeper than the root where they're gonna plant, and they put a fish down there. All right. Check it out. That's it. One fish. We got these from the local fisherman. You know, he had extras that they usually throw away and extra catch, so we use it for the garden. Throw it in there. And that's it. Make it a little bit easier to break down for the worms. You could do this with tomato plants, any plants that produce fruit. There you go. Put a layer of this.
That's weird bad.
There you go. Alright, so now we have this. Gonna sprinkle some of the soil we just put in there. We just made. Alright, now let's make our hole for planting. Sprinkle our Mycorrhizae Inoculant. Right there. And there you have it. A nice, healthy cucumber plant. That's gonna grow huge and produce a lot of fruit. So we're gonna have one there and one there. As soon as it starts to grow, we're gonna train it to go against this. Final touch. And this is actually the perfect time for us transplanting and doing all this. It's a full moon and it's a nice overcast with not too much sun to damage the roots. See you in the next episode. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and don't forget to ring that bell. We love y'all.